Ah, so you like that clickbait, huh? I'm not gonna actually light my diploma on fire. Although I did lose it. I lost it for 2 to 3 years. Yeah, I just couldn't find it. I found it recently. I cleaned out the garage in the front where the storage is. It was under like a couple of garbage bags with some old newspapers. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, I didn't go to graduation, college graduation. No, I didn't feel like going. I had them mail me the diploma. So, so yeah, my family hated that. My family of two people. Um, but anyway, yeah, I had to mail it over. I stayed home that day. I think I was working on my car. Priorities, right? All right. So, college. The quick question: is college worth it or not? Huh. It's a rough one. For me personally, I could say two things. First, I went to school, college, to be a math teacher. Yes, a fucking math teacher. All throughout high school, I was very smart and very quick in math and science, and I got accepted to St. Joseph's College. My diploma. Okay, it's not on fire or in the garbage. Oh God, it was the worst experience of my life. I would have went for science, which, looking back, of course, would be better for the career path that I've chosen. But at the time, they did not offer that. As soon as I graduated, that's when they offered science. So go fucking figure. Yeah, so started off as a math teacher. It was a horrible experience. Everything was so boring. I spent 2 years of college just doing all this shit that was just useless. Finding areas under imaginary curves and math labs. It was just, oh God, it was torture. It was fucking torture. At least with like something like physics, you take math and you apply it to the real world and you learn why shit rolls downhill. Like that at least has purpose. This was just, it was just sucking me dry. And of course I had a scholarship, an academic scholarship at St. Joe's. Yes, I am smart. So I'm there. I wanted to be a teacher, and science wasn't an issue. And what else is there to teach? English? Yeah, okay, fucking English. Yeah, me. I look for the easiest way out. I thought social studies. Social studies. Let's grade the content. You don't have to be a grammar expert, which I am not. So went with social studies, where it was my worst subject in high school. I hated fucking social studies. It was the worst. It was boring. In college, something just sparked, and it was a spark created on my own. It's not like a teacher created the spark in me. So I'm still leaning towards college being useless right now, and it sparked something where I went nuts. I went nuts with reading. I had to read all this material. I needed to suck it all up because I needed to create this world vision and piece everything together. I needed to know everything. I was reading books, burning through books. I was doing it all. I was stealing books, whatever I could do to get my hands on this information. And it became an obsession. It was the focus on the world wars. The Cold War was my favorite. International relations and stuff like that, which bumped me into all the crazy shit, like the missile defenses and all that type of stuff, and nuclear warfare. Then it traced it back to ancient civilizations, and it just went out of control. I took some curves here and there that took me down some weird paths. Planet X, Nibiru, the Anunnaki. Yeah, I was there, been there, was there for a long time, and I had to suck myself out of that. So I went down some interesting paths. All throughout college, I would be in the classrooms and, highlighting and taking all these notes and everything, but I wasn't taking notes on any of the professors' classes. Some of the teachers would say, "Oh, well, you're so involved and you're always taking notes and I love how you pay attention." I'm not paying attention to you. So again, I'm leaning toward college being still useless. Everything for me personally was self-taught. I did not really care much about what any of my professors said. There were two professors that I really liked and respected. Robinson's foreign policy class, and the other guy, Ted, I technically didn't even have him. Oh, I had him for economics class. The guy Ted, he was a little out there, but I liked him because he taught me how to think in different ways. everyone was either going this way, especially history and political science. Everyone's either going this way or this way, and this guy Ted was going this way. So he taught me how to think a little different, and he kept that going within me. So it's only really two people that I actually kind of learned anything from or cared about. And then I went down the route of being a teacher. I went through all this stuff. I stayed an extra year. I had a 4-year scholarship, and I looked around and I saw how everyone looked like zombies toward the end. It was like that last year, that last semester, they're doing student teaching, senior thesis, and cleaning up the last of their credits. And I saw like these people look like The Walking Dead. It was just, I was like that. I'm not doing that. So, what I did was I decided to stay a 5th year. I was like, let me take care of majority of my stuff, and in the last year I can focus on getting that last class out of the way, focus on student teaching because that was important for my career path, and I wanted an A on my senior thesis. My topic was a little weird. I wrote my senior thesis on, I have it right here, U.S. ballistic missile defenses during the Cold War. Okay, that's in, 2005. So with this paper, I pretty much made the argument that you could effectively fight and win a nuclear war. Yes. So in 2005, that's what I was doing. I was writing papers on a first strike capability, locate and sink the subs, target multiple ICBM sites, and try to clean up any mobile missile systems or any land-based stuff that you missed with a halfway decent ballistic missile defense. So that's where my mind was in 2005. I got an A on the paper. Wait, where's the grade? Here's my A. There we go. I worked hard for that. So yeah, fighting and winning a nuclear war. And now fast forward to now, and here I am, perfecting how people look on stage in their underwear. So you gotta love that. And then I go into the world of teaching. And here I am learning everything. Oh, here we go. We're gonna do this. And oh God, once I got in, I realized, I had made a big fucking mistake. I wanted the job because I spent so much time on the job. I spent 5 years of my life, 5 years, that I feel like I wasted. And then I even had some of the teachers, professors, they would say things that were a little weird. They would say, so, you want to be a teacher? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I said, maybe try something else. It's like, oh, that's perfect. So I'm here doing all this to be a teacher, and a teacher is telling me maybe I should do something else. So what should I do? They didn't know. Some of them just would say that they felt that the way I was, it may have been a little bit of I guess, wasted talent. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for telling me now when I'm here. And I did an interview at this place, and long story short, I was over-prepared. I was ready to go in and do it. I had far more material, far more capability than anyone else there, and I didn't even make it over to the demo lesson. I asked them straight out, like, what happened here? Like, I'm here. Your teachers, when they're out, they call me up. They don't even put it through the system. They want me to cover their classes. I'm pretty popular in the district. Like, what happened? And I was told that I needed to get my ego in check. My ego, yes, my ego. All right, so there it is. I got to get my ego in check. And after that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I am not built to be a teacher in this system. A teacher, yes, but a public school teacher, no, it's not happening. That's when I made the decision that nothing is going to get in my way from doing what I want to do. I'm just not meant to have a boss. I am meant to take my own path. I don't really like listening to people often. I like to make my own schedule, do what I want, be as creative as I want. I don't have to worry about this one telling me no, or I have to get approval for this. It's if I want to do something, I'm going to do it, and that's been great. So back to the main question now: was college worth it for me? Obviously you'd want to say no, right? Like all that shit that I went through, the money, even though it wasn't really that much money, but then you look at the other side. By having that spark, it taught me how to take in massive amounts of information and sort the shit and set a plan, set something, and go with it, and be able to adjust that view or that course as time goes on. It taught me how to be flexible. It taught me what I didn't want to do. It got me interested into like really cool stuff too, the technology and all that. Wasting 5 years. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I could have. I wish I could have got rid of my first two. Get rid of the first two because they were useless. And then take the last three and then bump it down. So imagine me 2 more years. If I would have had 2 more years under my belt, not doing that shit, I feel like I would have been good. All right. So summing up, is college worth it? Is college useless? College education is going to be needed and required for a job that needs and requires that level of education. For instance, if I wanted to be that teacher, I needed to go to school to be a teacher. I couldn't circumvent that. But in terms of being successful, being able to achieve something in your life and to make it and make a living to provide for yourself and your family, I don't think that a college degree in education is needed or required. It would be good to have. It's good to fall back on. But there are definitely, especially this day and age, with all the technology and all the breakthroughs, there are many different ways for someone to start their own business, to be successful without even using that degree. I couldn't foresee the future. I wanted to be a teacher, or at least I thought I did. And I spent the time and the money to go down that path. So even if I wanted to go down that career path still, it is still really difficult to find a job in that field. So you pay for the education, the degree, you go to school, and then you come out, and then it's not always the easiest to find a job. So I'm going to go with a college degree. College education is a good thing. It is required in certain circumstances, but in others it is not. My situation is a perfect example of that. I went to school to do one thing, and it did not go that way. I decided I did not want to pursue that any further, and I started this business. And yes, you have to take the certifications and all the tests. It's not easy. Just because you're not in college doesn't mean that you can't further your learning and understanding. If anything, I learned more outside of college, but on my own, than I did in college, and listening to professors and doing their tasks and their assignments. So you don't need college to excel and to achieve what you want and need in life. It's just going to take a lot of dedication, hard work. You still got to do your research. You still got to have that type of mindset. But college is definitely not a requirement to succeed in life.